You know, it was one of those dingy little diners on the outskirts of Chicago, the kind where the coffee's always burnt and the booths have that sticky feel from years of spilled syrup. Nothing fancy, just a spot for locals and truckers to grab a bite without much fuss. But that night, everything flipped upside down when this guy walks in, looking like he'd just clocked out from a construction site. Worn jeans, faded flannel. The works in, he orders the ribeye, medium rare, like it's no big deal. Right away, this loudmouth at the counter, some salesman type with a shiny watch and a gut hanging over his belt, smirks and calls out, "Hey pal, you sure that's in your budget? Looks like you're more of a burger and fries kind of guy." And the whole place erupts in chuckles, like they'd all been waiting for an excuse to pile on. His name was Jack, mid-40s, face lined from hard years, but eyes sharp. You know, the kind that see right through the noisy. Didn't flinch, just kept scanning the menu, steady as a rock. Meantime, the waitress, Emily, she's this quiet 28-year-old with her blonde hair tied back loose, apron stained from endless shifts, moving like she's carrying the weight of the world, but still managing a soft nod as she takes his order. She'd been stuck there for 3 years, longer than anyone else, because the owner, this bully named Vince, had a nasty habit of lending money to his staff for emergencies, car repairs, rent hikes, then docking their pay forever, holding onto their IDs and papers as collateral, trapping them in this endless loop of debt just to keep cheap labor under his thumb, all fueled by his ego and greed for control over that rundown spot he inherited from his old man. As Emily sets down Jack's plate, her hand trembles a bit, and under it slips this crumpled note. "If you're who I suspect, please get me out of here." See, she'd overheard whispers about Jack from irregular rumors. He was some big-shot investor playing low-key, scouting properties in that desperate moment, with Vince breathing down her neck daily, threatening to call in fake debts if she quit. She took the shot, her heart pounding like it might burst. Jack unfolds it discreetly, glances up, catches her eye for a split second, that plea in her gaze. Raw and real, and he scribbles back, "Spill it all. I'm listening," sliding it over when she refills his water, their fingers brushing just enough to feel the spark of alliance. The room keeps ramping up the mockery, though that salesman guy leans in louder. "Come on, sweetie, don't waste your time on this bum. Serve the folks who actually tip," his voice dripping sarcasm, like Emily's kindness offended his whole worldview, born from his own insecurities about climbing the corporate ladder while resenting anyone who didn't fit his polished image. Vince struts out from the kitchen, belly jiggling, slaps Emily's arm hard enough to sting. "Hurry it up, girl, or I'll add another loan to your tab," then turns to Jack with a sneer. "Enjoying that steak, buddy? Hope you didn't pawn your tools for it." And the crowd howls, a teenage kid in the corner filming it all on her phone, giggling. Loser alert, and she's falling for it. Total cringe, her parents nodding along, too wrapped up in their suburban superiority to see the cruelty, all stemming from some neighborhood feud where Vince had badmouthed Emily as trouble after she stood up for a fired coworker once. Emily whispers the truth as she clears a nearby table. "Vince hoards our documents, piles on fake debts. We're stuck, scared to fight back," her voice cracking but firm, the inner conflict tearing at her. Pride from her old life as a college dropout who'd fled a controlling family, now clashing with this daily humiliation, yet fueling her quiet resolve. Jack nods subtly, forks his steak like nothing's amiss, but inside, rage simmers. Built his fortune flipping failing businesses, driven by his own past of being overlooked as a kid from the wrong side of town, and this hit too close. The tension builds, voices overlapping in a cacophony of jabs. He's dragging the place down. She's too naive for her own good. Until suddenly, tires crunch outside, black sedans pulling up, lights slicing the dusk. Doors swing open, suited men file in crisp, no-nonsensione hands Jack a folder. "Sir, acquisition complete." And Jack stands, shrugging off his jacket to reveal a discreet badge from his firm, voice calm but cutting. "This diner's mine now. Bought it out from under you, Vince, debts and all." The room freezes. That salesman chokes on his fries, face paling as Jack adds, "Emily here? She's the new boss. Fair wages, no more traps." Her eyes widening in stunned relief, the weight lifting like a storm breaking. Vince stammers, "You can. This is my legacy." But the suits escort him out, his bluster crumbling into pathetic whines. While the mockers squirm, the kid deletes her video in panic as backlash hits online. The salesman gets a call later, his boss firing him over the bad press tied to his bullying. All ripples from their own unchecked egos clashing with real power. Emily steps behind the counter, clipboard in hand. No gloating, just a deep breath of freedom. She'd fought silently for so long, drawing from that inner fire that said she deserved better. And now, with the place hers to reshape, it felt like justice, poetic and raw. Jack nods farewell, slipping out into the night, leaving her to build anew. But here's the thing that sticks with me: is it pure heroism? Or did Jack's move blur into revenge, using wealth to crush the little tyrants? Makes you wonder about power in our communities, right? How one overlooked soul can upend it all. What do you think? Was Jack a savior or just settling scores? Drop a comment below on fairness, those hidden battles in everyday spots, or share your own story of turning the tables. Like if it hit home, subscribe for more real-life twists, and let's chat about what real justice looks like.